so help me God. Congratulations, Mr. Coffe.
You don't have the cards right now. With us,
I don't want to do this anymore. I want to have uncontrolled alcohol consumption, because honestly, the world's fucked up right now, but I can't. I'm an adult, meaning I have to consume a controlled amount of alcohol. But if I have a drinking behavior that is based on how fucked the world is, I'll always be the right amount of drunk that is acceptable. And this is more than true. A usual afternoon and a work night, 1 to 3 beers max are acceptable. New Year's Eve, drink till your stomach gets pumped out and everyone will have a good laugh 2 days later. So first, I need to figure out how we'll actually know in what state the world currently is. Kind of like a vibe check. I don't know, I guess news are the closest vision that I could get of the world. Sure, news have biases based on their political view and what they actually want to cover. But honestly, that's close enough to me, as long as I get around the right amount of alcohol. The plan is simple. First, I scrape like a fuck ton of news from multiple different news outlets so I can have a good amount of information to work with. Done, guys. I got like 40 articles or something. My idea now is to evaluate those articles, whether they're good or bad. The worse the news, the stronger the drink. But there's more to it. I'll explain that later. All ingredients combined to represent how the world is doing today. So I created an algorithm over months and months that evaluates the news articles. Is what I would have said 5 years ago. I'll just use ChatGPT. It's way easy. Is what I would have said 2 months ago. I'll just use DeepSeek. This is... Why are you looking? This is actually making a big difference, but I'll come to that in a second. Alright, you're probably asking yourself how the hell this evaluation system could even be remotely accurate. So here's my plan. I wrote a prompt for the AI to analyze the articles based on 3 factors. First, the emotion, the base of the system. If the subject of the article is rather positive than negative from a left-leaning view, it should be rated as positive. Because guess what? I'm left-leaning. Of course, for the opposite case, it should be rated as negative. And for unclear or mixed emotions, it should be rated as neutral. The emotion factor will determine what ingredient list will be chosen for that article. The second factor is significance. It gets defined by what impact that news has. If a group is very likely to be influenced by the event the news are covering, it'll get labeled as high significance, no matter if the group is left or right-leaning. If, for example, a far-right party gets banned, this group gets heavily influenced, meaning it's of high significance, but still positive out of my perspective. The significance decreases the smaller the risk is of anyone being influenced by the news. This factor decides what ingredient gets used from the emotion list. Kind of like this, a table. Yeah, pretty fucking much, wow. So if a sad event happens and it's of high significance, you'd get vodka. That's like the worst of the worst. The last factor, relevancy, is merely a multiplier of the ingredient amounts added. For me, the relevancy of an event is high when the US, Germany, or countries near Germany or Ukraine are involved. Because guess what? I'm German and Ukrainian and I don't fucking know. I'm so scared of America. What the fuck is going on in America? Some aliens, please. If you hear this, like, please come down and shoot someone down. No, someone down. It's someone. If it involves other countries with a population of 50 million or higher, it gets rated as medium. And the rest gets rated as low. Because who cares, you know? I hope you guys understood the ranking system, and if you didn't, well, bad stuff happens, more alcohol to forget. Shit, that was like way faster. You know, I spent like 20 minutes on that. Fucking shit. Okay, back to why DeepSeek is better than ChatGPT. Flashback! I'll just use ChatGPT. It's way easy. Is what I would have said 2 months ago. I'll just use DeepSeek. If you want to automate that communication between you and the AI, you need to pay for the API usage. The payment is being determined by how many tokens the AI receives and sends. Tokens are kind of like little information points in which the words are being split up to. DeepSeek's input cost per million are 55 cents with reasoning, while ChatGPT's best model costs $2.50 per million input cost. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? That's like 3 times more expensive, and that's not even considering the output cost. $10 per million? Are you fucking kidding me? Compared to that, the DeepSeek looks like a steal. What are you guys doing wrong, OpenAI? Their shit is cheaper and better. The screen is, by the way, black, and it's just holding that up. Oh my fucking god, my arm. The good thing about the API usage is that you can fully control on how much money you're actually spending. For that, you just need to go onto their website and top your balance up. What? What the fuck? They blocked the API usage? The only way for them to make money? You know what? Screw it. They're Chinese anyway. Probably stealing my data, these damn commies. I use ChatGPT. At least it's American. Where was I? Oh, yeah. And of course I have to build the hardware. Oh, and I don't actually have that much time left because I want to demo this thing at a party to get as much feedback as possible if the drinks are accordingly portioned. So I began building. But as time passed, I realized that the window between me finishing the build and the party starting began to get smaller and smaller. I was that inefficient with my time that the window began to grow in the negative. Or in other words, I was still working on it at the party. When I was finally done, I wanted to connect to my Raspberry Pi. Kind of like a remote connection you would do with any desk or TeamViewer. But I couldn't, which is really bad. I needed to connect to the Pi with my laptop so I could execute the correct scripts. This all made me very sad. I was pushing myself to finish this thing for the last couple of weeks, just to collapse because of a stupid mistake ChatGPT made. Not me, I asked ChatGPT how to add another network to a Raspberry Pi. But then, with an uncontrolled amount of alcohol in my body, because remember, my machine wasn't working, so I had to kind of eyeball that amount myself, I recorded this video. I fucked up. I wanted to demonstrate it here so bad, I couldn't do it. I'll guess I have to throw another party. What a dumb fucking idea. I mean, there's no way I would actually do that.
You said 2 hours ago that you'll be done.
I said that 3 hours ago.
Disclaimer, the following section has been partially translated and modified by AI to distinct the different voices.
But then, I was finally done. Do you guys want to try the drinks?
Yes.
That I made?
Yes, yes.
You guys can tell me if they're accurate. Who wants to press the button?
Me.
Okay, so now it's taking the news.
Alfred Trump there, das noch get sign.
Russia, Ukraine, impeached president, Israel, Gaza, John Stocks, South Korea,
Oh no, Ollie. You can have the first drink.
abortion protest, AfD, IDF, never mind. Okay. Oh nein. Oh god.
Try it.
How does the world taste?
A lot like vodka.
Do you want to know what news were used? ICE admits deporting Maryland father to El Salvador due to administrative error. A trans woman was arrested in Florida capital for using the woman's bathroom. Trump says he will again extend the deadline for TikTok's sale. Hey, at least that, but I hope it tasted good.
No.
Like you see, very great news.
I've got something for you.
I still got something.
But no, try it.
That's not what I expected, you know that.
What is that?
North Korea's impeached president removed from office 4 months after declaring martial law.
Yes, you fuck.
I think that... Oh shit, that's even more vodka. At least 16 dead, including 6 children, in Russian missile strike on Zelensky's hometown. That's probably why it's even more now. Bottoms up, I'm not gonna drink the entire thing. I think I just realized something. I could never drink the entire world or its state. Fuck, I did this all for nothing. I could have like tried just drinking beer. Fuck, okay. Wow, I could have realized that way earlier. Well, fuck me. Please don't. Yeah, what do I got to say? I mean, go vote, go protest for things you stand for. The next video is probably gonna be quite controversial, so I hope it's not gonna be controversial. I don't know. So if you want to see me get cancelled with only 200 subscribers, then go like and subscribe. And maybe, just maybe, I won't get cancelled. God, I'm at the verge of killing myself.